Okay, in this video we're going to finish off my drawer of Marvel characters. You can kind of see why I didn't want to do them all at once, because there's a lot of them. So, the first three we're going to show here are my three different sizes for Ant-Man. Here's the little figurine Ant-Man, or tiny Ant-Man, whatever you want to call it. Here's regular sized Ant-Man. I decided to put a red and a blue Infinity Stone on the side of his blaster that he has here to look like the growing and shrinking Pym particles, because I think red shrinks and blue enlarges. I'm looking at my giant man buildable figure, and his belt buckle where the Pym particles are is blue, and this one at regular size is red. So here's more of the detailing on him. And then under his helmet, I think that's the same facial expressions they gave the What If Spider-Man minifigure. I could be wrong. Then he has a gold trophy because the version of Ant-Man that this is came. I got it separate from the set it comes from, but it's based on one of the Ant-Man 2 sets where his daughter Cassie says he's the world's greatest grandma, which was a funny moment in the thing, because obviously he's her dad, but they didn't have world's best dad trophies. They had just world's best grandma. And here's the brick built giant man here. This is what I would consider a buildable figure, because you can slide off his legs, his arms you can pop off of a ball joint, and his head can come off. I'm not gonna prove it, but and then this can go down to show his mouth there. But well, I will pop off his arm here. See, you can just pop his arm off like that and reconnect it. I don't like doing that all that much. But yeah. The next character that I'm gonna show is from the Infinity War sets, the one that had Vision more specifically, or themed in Wakanda. That is Shuri with her vibranium blaster things, sonic blasters, and there's her face printings, if you can sort of see, I guess. But I like to put the little statuette Iron Man on, or I keep saying Iron Man. Ant-Man, the little tiny Ant-Man. I like to put it on her blaster like this. I think it looks funny with that there. Let's see. Part of me wants to start from the back of the drawer and work my way to the front. So I think I shall. There are a few characters in here that you'll notice are from the Lego Movie 1 and 2. But they look like they're wearing costumes, so that's why they're in here. We'll start off with my sad clown here. I gave him chains to look like he's doing some sort of escape artist trick or something. Then we have the Minotaur. It kind of looks like it could be a costume, even though it's not a helmet piece. It's an actual head piece. See, it's an actual head, not a. Oh, there's the rest of his printing, by the way. it's an actual headpiece and not like a helmet or something like the next character is. This is a ninja star wielding girl dressed in an elephant costume with a mouse on her head. I like to take creative liberty with my characters, and this is a case where I did that. And the other side of her face can be like, get this mouse away from me, because elephants are afraid of mice, stereotypically, I think. I don't know if that's factual or if it's just something kind of funny, like a funny gag. But yeah, let's see. Grab a few more characters. Okay, let's see. Nope, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the rest of these costume characters. Hold on a second. Okay, so these costume characters, I have a lot more of them than I realized, and one of them is a crossover from the Lego Batman movie, because she just looks like a character in a costume to me. But moving on here, we have a little girl in a penguin suit, or a child of some sort, maybe a boy. I don't know. Hard to tell in a penguin suit, but here, a kid in a penguin costume with rollerblades and toe printing. It's cute. Put those in there. That way. I'm going to be putting these back in a different order anyway, so why not? I just dumped out the remaining characters that were in there. So now I can just put them back in as I go. Already showed these ones here. Here's one that is from the Lego Movie 2. Here we go. And that is the Ice Cream Cone Man. With a little cherry on top or something like that. I think this character is really funny and wanted to include it here. And here's the back of him as well. Let's see. And I have two of these party clowns. One, if it looks like they're mirror images of each other, sort of, they are, as far as the balloon animals are concerned. One has green and pink, the other pink and green. Yeah, there's those guys. Let's see here. And I have two similar but different Santa Clauses. They both have the transparent pieces like that there. One has back printing, the other does not. That's pretty much the only difference. I'm going to take off the hat and beard on one of them. They have the same face too. But here's the face for both of them. And allergy season. Let's see here. Put these guys on. And then here's a businessman that was abducted by an alien. He's still wearing the evidence. His other face, it doesn't look quite as freaked out. He's got a couple of 6-shooters there. So he can try and defend himself against the aliens. But we'll see how he does. And then let's see here. Next up, we're gonna do Grandpa minifigure here. Back printing, some printing on the top of his head there, headpiece there, and an old times newspaper right here. Old times is the only words you can make out. The rest are just like dashed lines or look like dashed lines. Next up is a robot of some sort with a little side buddy. And he's a happy robot. There's the back of his head there. He's got sidearm printing on one arm and one of those robo type arms there with a hammer to fix his little buddy. Yeah, this minifigure makes me happy because he's a happy robot. Side leg printing is the same on both sides, so I'm not going to show the other side, but here's that. Well, I may as well now that I've said it. There we go. Okay. He's holding a drill bit in his other hand, or a unicorn horn, or something. Because they use that type of piece for Unikitty's horn as well. Okay. The next three. Yeah. Okay. The next three characters are all plant themed, and I'll show each of them in turn. The first one is a flower pot child, and I gave her a couple of ninja sai blades or something, scythe blades. She does have an alternate expression here. There's a better look at that one, and the front of her torso there has that printing on it, like she has a vine growing up, or that flower stem growing up her top. How cute is that? Okay. Next up is a cactus lady. Underneath it looks like she has a striped sweater, and there's the other side of her face right there. And you can position her arms so they're both facing down or both facing up or vice versa. The way I like to have this one facing down and that one facing up for some reason. So that's how I'm going to have her displayed. And then this next guy looks like he is freaking out because he is a human Venus flytrap. He's scared. Here's the back printing. Scared expression. I like how elaborate some of these custom molds for headpieces and whatnot are. I think that's really creative and cool. Oh, and he has wraparound printing right here as well. I didn't notice that a second ago. The other side does not have any side printing, so that is that for this character. Next are a couple of birthday guests. They're each holding a present and a balloon. I'll take the present away because it kind of obstructs the printing on their um, outfits there. Cute. Gave the girl a purple balloon because I think that's what she's supposed to have come with. Actually, but after I show the other kid, her brother or something here, with dual molded arms there for a t-shirt, I can show what's in these gifts. Okay, and this is the brother's gift. The brother's gift is a minifigure series 1 tile times 2. There's 2 of them that look exactly like that. Which, that's a pretty sensible gift. I like that. So that is the boy's gift that he's giving. And he's got an orange balloon there. And the little girl has a couple different pastries in her gift there, like that and like that. Fun stuff. All right. Let's see. Next up is going to be a character from the original Lego movie. It doesn't look like I put the Lego Movie 2 version in here, but probably because I had 2 of this version. Yeah, that's probably why. And that is Abraham Lincoln with his 407 years ago speech there. Doesn't have the rest of the speech, obviously, but it does have those are the lines that I wrote or that I read from the Gettysburg Address. I like the hat and beard combo that they gave him. It's very fitting for the character, I think. Let's see. Next is a space girl. I think they call her like intergalactic gal or something, or intergalactic girl. She's got a hot pink arms and a lighter pink for her actual outfit. No back printing, no alternate expression there. Gave her a wrench and she came with a blaster. I like to store her helmet on the blaster when I don't have her wearing it. She's got shiny silver lipstick. You can sort of see. Yeah, cool minifigure. Let's see here. Next up, one of those creative costume pieces like I pointed out with the plant characters a second ago. That is a steamboat captain wearing his boat. Let's take that in for a second. Yeah, it had an extra one of these red pieces, and so I have one on either side of him, and then he's holding the third one, even though there is a spot for it right there. But taking that off for a second, I'll show you the rest of his little outfit here. There we go. It's got sidearm printing on both sides. To put these types of characters with these costumes together, you have to pop off their legs, put it over the thing, and then place the torso over the legs like this. Yeah, there's two more characters like that, I think. Yeah, we'll get to the other two in a second. I'm pretty sure there's just two left. I see we have a T-bone steak photo bomber. We'll go ahead and show him off next. That is a chef with a cleaver and a dual printed T-bone steak there. I believe he's from the same series the Minotaur was. Hopefully the Minotaur doesn't try and eat his steak and him. Personally, I'd go for the steak. Let's see here. Next up is a intergalactic policeman. He's got handcuffs on either side or on either wrist because he came with two pairs, but he had so many accessories that I just put the handcuffs on his wrist attachment there. So he's not locked up, but this way he can have two prisoners locked alongside him. Practical. Let's see. I'll take off all his accessories here. At least that much to show more of his printing there. And then I might have to take everything off. Okay. Take everything off of the guy to show the rest of his printing here. There's his happy face and the front of his torso printing and the back of his torso printing where he's not so happy. Maybe that's when a bad guy got away or something. But I like to keep most of my minifigures on their happy side. I've mentioned that a time or two before, but if that's an option, that's what I like to do. I'm sure I'll mention it again. All right. There we go. There is our space cop. And then we have a Tiki Warrior. I'll be taking off his accessories here in a second so you can see more of his printing. It's a little more awkward trying to get this one off because he has a rubber tiki mask. Or soft plastic at least. Yeah. The hair piece kind of obstructs the characters a little bit too. But here's the side leg printing there. And here's the rest of his printing and his wacky expression there. Yeah, I think this character's kind of cool. You can somewhat see his face through his tiki mask, but it's more so designed so that he can see than be seen. Then he has his big old bone club and a silver spear. This one is it could be vibranium or Beskar, but it's just a silver spear. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Let's see. Next up, we're going to do a couple different cheerleaders. One of them is a little more lively than the other, and you'll see what I mean. Here is the lively cheerleader with the initial A on her for her school, I guess. Take her pom-poms away for a second to show the rest of her printing. They're printed pom-poms. No no back printing or dual-sided face. So here's the rest of her outfit there. And she's okay. She's happy. Hmm. And the next cheerleader, she's not very lively at all. She's a zombie. I tried making a pun there. Hopefully it comes across as such instead of just being creepy. But her uniform here has a Z on it for zombie. I guess she goes to zombie tech or something. And side leg printing. No alternate expression again. There is a blonde cheerleader that wears blue that I want to try and get as well. Just because I'm a completionist and I have two-thirds of the cheerleaders now, and have for quite a while. But yeah, save the cheerleader, save the world. That's what they say in Heroes. Of course, in that case, the cheerleader has a healing factor like Wolverine does, if not more extreme. Next up is a retro space visitor type guy here. I think that's what they call him, was retro spaceman. Just one expression there. He looks thrilled to be in space. Maybe he can breathe in and out of space because he doesn't have a visor or anything like that protecting him. Although maybe he's in an oxygen-rich environment, so he doesn't have to worry about it. But he has a wrench and a newer space blaster. And sidearm printing there. And there. Let's see. I'm going to pause here for a moment. Okie dokie. The next two minifigures here, one of them is from the Lego Batman movie, but could easily be a costume character. And one of them is similar, but really is a person in a costume. You'll see what I mean here. We have Orca from the Lego Batman movie. That's what the face printing looks like. And then I have a guy in a shark suit. And because this is a costume character of a guy in a shark suit, it can either be happy or scared. Then I decided to keep the two together so they can be deep sea friends. And then next up, the other character I have here from the Lego Batman movie that looks like a person in a costume is March Harriet here with a Tommy gun and a bottle scythe. I got creative with the bottle scythe. Looks like a kryptonite colored bottle. And here's the side printing there on the arms and the legs. And then we have some back printing. Just the one expression. And there's the front torso printing there. And is it just me, or do other people think of Home Alone when they see Tommy guns? No, just me? Okay. Alright. Just me. I believe ya, but my Tommy gun don't. Home Alone 1 and 2, I think. Then here's a Unicorn Knight. I think this one is the male version. They had a female unicorn character that was wearing pink. But here's this one. So there we go. Next up is a kid in a spider suit. It's not Spider-Man, and he caught a rat. But I like to say it could be one of the multiversal Spider-Man variants. I like his spider mask there. Yeah, I don't think he has. Oh, he does. Okay. He has back torso printing, so I gotta take off the part of the costume there. It's got a very faint printing because for some reason black isn't showing up, or black printing on black doesn't show up very well in these videos. So I apologize for that because I have a lot of characters wearing black. These next two characters, I think, are supposed to be twins, or at least brother and sister here, but they came from different series of minifigures. There's Spooky Boy here. He has a spider in a book. Spooky Tales. But yeah, he's got dual molded legs there and dual molded arms with printing on the lower part of the arms. It's got some printing continued on the side of his leg there. I think just one expression, yeah. But yeah. Then the character I'm pretty sure is either his older sister or maybe a twin sister or something is Spooky Girl. Although it could be Wednesday Addams. Wednesday and Pugsley. Maybe. But she's got a beat up teddy bear there that's missing an eye and has a frowny face. And then she has that expression and side leg printing. Her legs aren't dual molded like the Spooky Boys are, but that's okay. Excuse me. Let's see. Then next up we have an archer here with a wand, because why not? And a bow and arrow and a quiver. I'll take off his accessories so we can get a better look at his printing here. He has one dual molded arm, dual molded legs here, printing on him, and it's just a fun character. It looked like it could be a Green Arrow variant, so I have two of these. I think one of them is with my DC characters, so you'll probably be seeing this character again, maybe with a different secondary accessory to the bow and arrow, or to the wand, I mean. So yeah, I know I have two of these characters somewhere, but anyway, I'm gonna start doubling up the rows here because I want to save space for the Marvel characters because it's supposed to be just Marvel characters, but I decided to put these costume guys in with them. And let's see, we have a weightlifter with a Darth Vader neck brace. Okay. These next two characters are also from different series, but are probably related, maybe dating. That is a blue brick costume boy with ninja swords, because why not? And then a red brick costume girl with a bow staff, because why not? What's kind of cool about these characters is the stuff on the back, the tubing on the back of the bricks actually still work. so you can have the two of them together to save space. The torso is not under the brick piece. The torso is the brick piece. So that is cool. Yeah. Then I'll save that one for a little bit later. Then we have a helmet wearing skeleton costume guy. I can tell it's a costume because on the back of the head it has a skull mask tied on the back of his face. Then you can kind of see yellow eyes underneath it, or yellow minifigure to flesh tone. Like this nice character, the Taco Tuesday guy from the Lego Movie 1. This guy has yellow under him as well, and he has side leg printing to look like the leg attachments for the skeletal minifigure characters, as well as sidearm printing to do this at the same effect there and there. And I think this is really well done. And he's got a jack-o'-lantern like another one of the characters, although the jack-o'-lanterns do look different. You'll see in just a second because I'm going to show that group of characters next. First off, before I show the characters I was thinking of, I'm going to show my two different versions of the creature from the Black Lagoon. And there's this one from the Monster Fighter sets, with a swamp stone of some sort, with his fishy face. I don't know, there's something fishy about this guy. I can't put I just can't put my finger on it. There's something fishy about this guy. There's also something fishy about this guy. This is the same guy from the Apocalypse Bird type setting of Lego Movie 2 in the beginning of the movie. Looks like his face might be the same printing, but a different or a lighter color, maybe. I know his mask is a lighter color. Whoops, dropped it. But see, one looks brighter than the other. But I like both characters. I think they're both really cool. Next up, we have a guy in a Godzilla suit with a lightning stone thing. He did not initially have the vine or the lightning kryptonite chunk, but he did have his Godzilla suit. There's what the guy looks like underneath, right there. His tailpiece goes over his neck, and his helmet there. I want to say in the original Lego movie, this is one of the suits or one of the outfits that Emmett tries on in the beginning of the movie after when he's trying to find his work clothes, and he's like, nope, not that one. Essentially. Then three that I think would probably be a husband, wife, and kid are this red dragon man with a hip attachment, tailpiece, and wings. And dual expressions. Here he's upset, here not so much. And yeah, I gave him one of these power blast pieces to be like he's breathing fire or something. So that is cool. And then here we have a girl in a costume. Oh, they do have sidearm printing too, by the way. She has a little tooth that she had extra from up the top here. She could also be a little angry, or not so much. So, and the one that looks like it could be their son is the kid in the devil costume here, because of the wings mainly. Same wing piece. And there's the alternate jack-o'-lantern. And he has a trident. And a cute little expression there. And yeah, there's those characters. Put those back there. Okay. And then another Lego Movie 1 character is the Panda Suit Man. There we go. And he's got a silly expression as well. That's just pretty common for Lego Movie characters. He's sweating in his mask, in his panda mask. Then we have a Native American girl with a taco and a tomahawk. They had tacos back then, right? Maybe. I want to say this is one I made at a Lego store or something, because I'm not sure. Anyway. Allergy season. Dang. Nose is starting to bug me. Let's see. Next up is a guy in a pig suit. Just one expression. Here's a better look at his face there. He has an apple and a green needle. He's going to add some more flavor to his apple. It's got concentrated flavoring. Yes. Nothing nefarious at all. And then we have a guy in a firework costume with a ninja sword. And on his pant piece there, it looks like the firework was going off. Yikes. But he's got cool shades on. Printing all around the firework piece there. Very cool, very cool. There's another character that's similar to him, and that is a kid in a rocket ship costume. Right here. He's got a classic space shirt on. He looks thrilled to be at a spaceship. He has a flag. It looks the same on both sides, I think. So, yeah. And another one that's similar to those ones, but not for the same reasons, is a crayon girl. I think from Lego Movie 2. Blind bag minifigures. She has a drawing of a minifigure head there. Don't know if she has any print. Oh, she has an alternate expression, but no printing on the torso, which makes sense because you wouldn't be able to see the printing on her torso with her costume on. Dual molded legs, fun to see. And then let's see, we have Cardio Gal, or Cardio Girl, or whatever you want to call this character. Don't ask why she's doing cardio with a sword, because I won't tell. I don't even really know why she has a sword. It's just something funny I like to do. She has some water here, so she can stay hydrated while she works out. She's got a big poofy afro, it looks like. And then, there we go. Dual molded legs, white and bluish. And then another character that I got double of, but decided to keep both, and both are in this, are a butterfly girl. Because she just looks so darn cute, and I have the other one on the alternate face, so I won't show the alternate expression here because you'll be seeing it in just a second with the other one. And there's the alternate expression on the other one there. We have her being happy, like, hello, I'm a little cutie. And then next up, we have a gingerbread man with a drill and a mug that says "Dunk me," because that's what you do with gingerbread cookies. You dunk them in hot chocolate or something. If it's me, it's hot chocolate. Sidearm printing, great molded head. I gave him a drill. This drill, I think, came with the Death Star set that I have. So, there you go. Next up is Pretzel Girl. She's got a pretzel and a bone. She didn't come with a bone, but let's see. No alternate expression. No fabric pieces over her or for her skirt, because I don't like dealing with the fabric pieces, but be it capes or in this case a skirt. It's tedious to deal with. At least I think so. Then we have a wind-up soldier with a big gun and printed legs and printed side printing on the arms there in gold. There's a better look at his outfit there. With this cute little hat. The wind-up toy. There we go. Then we have a Revolutionary War soldier here in blue, which I think that might mean that he's an American character, because I think the redcoats were British. Red capes are coming. The red capes are coming. Oh, wrong franchise. Sorry. That's from Batman v Superman. Lex Luthor says it. 1 if by land, 2 if by air, because Superman flies. And he was trying to warn people about Superman. And here we have an interesting looking cowboy. Do I have the cowgirl out here? No. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. I'll show the cowgirl in a second, but there's a lot to cover with this character here. I'll need to take his hat and the front part of his horse here off, so you can see his torso there. I think it's kind of a fun character here. Very unique and different. He has a wrench and a stick. Then here's his girlfriend with a sausage and a lasso. Yeah, there she is. Then we have macho wrestler man with 2 spears in gunmetal gray and a hard hat from Lord Business's Evil Lair. I have 2 of this guy because I have 2 of that set. My buddy Bryce gave me his copy of the set, and that was pretty nice of him. He also gave me a bunch of his other Lego characters, like the Pretzel Girl, Intergalactic Girl, a couple other ones. Then we have one that I think is hilarious and cute and has dual-sided faces. Dual-sided face is a kid in a popcorn costume. How cool is that? How cute. Look at that. He's popcorn. There's his expressions there. This side looks happier, so I'm having him on that side of the face, or the head there. Then we have Fembot, female robot, with a bazooka and a tooth for some reason. Originally did not come with any accessories. I added the fang there and the bazooka myself. Maybe she's in cahoots with Ultron, who knows. We'll be getting to a bunch of Ultrons here soon. Then we have a feline rocker here from the Lego Movie 2, actually. There's her side leg printing, some side arm, dual molded arm printing. Take her accessories away to show that a little bit better. And she does have a dual-sided face, so there's her alternate expression. But I like this one more. And I want to say the type of hairpiece she has here was introduced with the classic Adam West Batcave set with Catwoman in the set. But it's been used a few different times by other characters as well, so I'm not going to definitively say that's where it came from initially. That's just the first place I remember seeing this type of hairpiece in. Alright. Next is one of her friends. This one has a printed tutu. And printing on her hair as well there. A star on there somewhere, and then some lighter pink highlights. She could be happy or winking. Since I don't even know how to wink, I have her on the winking side of her face. And then here she has some sort of clear tape recorder thing with an A on it. And yeah, cute. Where to put her? There. Put her there. Next up is a little girl in a butterfly costume. How cute is that? With cute butterfly wings and flowers in her hair. Very sweet. Alright. Then we have a girl in a tiger suit using that same hairpiece I just talked about for a few minutes. Lots of line printing all over her for the tiger lines. She has a staff, which she did not have initially, and a whip, which she did have. No alternate expression, but there's a better look at the one that she does have. And a better look at her back printing there. All kinds of printing on this cool character. I like it. Then here's another macho wrestler. This one has a stick and no hat or anything like that. Then we have a girl in a bumblebee suit. All the printing is on the front, so that is the printing that she has there. She has a bucket of honey. Then we have Giraffe Suit Man from the Lego Movie 2. This is, I think this one shows up in the movie itself, but I know it's definitely from the Lego Movie 2 minifigure series there. There. He's got a little leafy green for his costume, or for his mask here. And how cool is that? That's just so creative. Nice. Alright. Then we have Marcia, Queen of the Mermaids from the Lego Movie 1. She has sea life in her hair. And the pink gem is supposed to be in the shell here, but I decided not to do that. I want to try and get the other mermaid characters like the King of the Ocean and the blonde mermaid that looks like this, but blonde with a blue tail, I think. I'm a completionist. Yeah. Then we have a party guest popping out of a cake with Batman control video game console looking things. And this one, you just put the whole thing inside the cake, and you can pull them out there. He has cake splatters on it all throughout his outfit there. And just the one happy expression there. And a party crown. Very nice. Alright. Then we have a Hamlet actor, which only had one skull to begin with, this one. I decided to give him this one as well, because why not? I'm pretty sure this is from Hamlet, maybe? Hamlet actor. But I'm not all that familiar with my Shakespeare. Dual-sided face, which is the first time I remember seeing a dual-sided face, but the first minifigure to ever have a dual-sided face was Professor Quirrell in the original Harry Potter and Sorcerer's Stone sets, because he had his own face on one side and Voldemort on the other, which was very cool. I wish I had gotten that minifigure. Looking back, but I was two or three when that came out, when that set came out, so probably better that I didn't get it then, but I might try and get the updated version and the original. Then we have a race car costume guy. This costume character works the same way the Boatman did, but there is more printing underneath his race car there, so I'll show that. Just the one expression, Grand Bricks instead of Grand Prix. There we go. Just that one face. And he even has a engine type piece there. Just fancy. No accessories on him, but I think with as cool as the character already looks, it doesn't really matter to me if he has an extra accessories in his hands or not. Then we have a goblin character here. Not a green goblin, he is green, but it's not a Spider-Man green goblin. Not that kind of green goblin. Okay, I just took the goblin character's accessories away to show he has some side leg printing, not dual molded, and he did not have a bow tie initially. That's one of the Bruce Wayne Lego Batman movie extra bow ties. But I like bow ties, so I gave it to him. Why not? I like bow ties. There we go. The next, technically 4 characters, but 3 actual minifigures and a bonus character type thing or type piece are also from the Lego Movie 2 sets or blind bag minifigures, but they're themed like Wizard of Oz. That is Dorothy and Toto, because you can't have one without the other. So, like I said, technically 4 characters, 3 minifigures. She's holding a spare watch clock or heart clock, like the Tin Man was given, and a strawberry. Then she has her ruby slivers printed on her feet. My nose is driving me nuts. Allergy season. I hate it. And she does have an alternate expression there and a little bit better look at her printing under her hairpiece there. Very cool. I want to rewatch the original Wizard of Oz pretty soon, and then follow it up by watching the Oz the Great and Powerful movie starring James Franco as Oz. If you're not familiar with who James Franco is, rewatch the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy. He was Harry Osborn. Then we have the Tin Man in all silver here with a silver bow tie. I also gave my Cyberman a spare silver bow tie like this, but I believe it came from this character. I wasn't able to get the Cowardly Lion, but I do have the Scarecrow right here. This isn't Batman's Scarecrow. It's just Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz. That Scarecrow. He has his certificate of achievement here, because he went to the wizard looking for brains because he didn't have any. Which is weird because he came up with all the fancy plans to keep everyone safe. But moving on. Alright, this next character is some sort of intergalactic bounty hunter here. I'll be taking his armor off in a second to show the full printing there, and his helmet as well. But here is his bounty card thing. And apparently whoever wanted built or broken, dead or alive, Lego humor. Reward 300 million studs. Wow. Whoever he's after is in some deep doo-doo. Yeah, before I show his face too much here, here's more of his printing. Oh, there is his face, oh well. Yeah, I have him in with my Marvel superheroes for some reason. But maybe because this is a Generation 2 Ant-Man helmet, style helmet, introduced with Wasp for Ant-Man and the Wasp sets, I think. But yeah, he also looks kind of Ultron-like, maybe. The last of the costumed type characters that I wanted to save for last here is a babysitter, because she's not really in a costume, but I decided I wanted to keep her with these costume characters. There we go. It's got a cute little baby with her, which is a similar mold to the one they use for Grogu, or Baby Yoda, or Din Grogu, or whatever you want to call him. Excuse me. Okay. I can put a couple of these Marvel characters back since I showed off the Ant-Man type characters. Put them in the front. I'm not going to put Giant Man in the drawer because there's not enough room for him in there. I like to have him displayed on a bookcase. But I'm going to pause here and move some of these Marvel characters over to where those costume characters just were. So bear with me for a minute here. Okay, I got some of my characters moved over here. Some of the Ultron sentries. Yes. Okay. Looks like I maybe just missed one of them. There are two exceptions here to these being Marvel villains, but I'll show those now. There's an Intergalactic Avenger, which should have been showed with the costume wearing characters. There's his one face. There's his heads up display face, or his HUD face. Heads up display, HUD, HUD. He doesn't have any printing under his armor, so I'm not going to worry about showing that. But I have him with the Avenger hero characters because they call him Intergalactic Avenger. So there you go. There's my reasoning for that. And the other one that isn't technically a villain for this, or not a villain at all, really, is Age of Ultron Thor with Mjolnir and Loki's Staff. I don't know why I said Staffy. But yeah, he has an alternate expression where he's angry and not so much. Gunmetal gray arms. Yeah. Then there's Loki with the Tesseract and his staff. I didn't mess up that time. There we go. just the one Lex Luthor printed headpiece there. It's the same expression they give Lex, because Lex is bald and only has one head printing because baldness. That's his royal baldness. Then we have Ragnarok Thor with a gold. Ragnarok Loki, my bad, with a gold goblet and a ninja sword, because why not? And he has alternate expressions this time. He has one where he's scared because he just saw the Hulk and he's like, I need to get off this planet. And then he's more smug and happy. That one's technically not a villain version either, because he was starting to work with Thor at that point. All right. Next character, I'll show him bald first because he's supposed to be bald, but I gave him a Tony Stark hairpiece from the set he came in, which is the Ironmonger. Obadiah Stane, the Ironmonger himself, or the man in the suit at least. And I gave him the Tony Stark hairpiece from that set. It looks a little funny, given that it's Obadiah Stane, but there you go. I do things that are funny like that sometimes, so there you go. Then we have two of the same Iron Legionnaire. The reason these are included in the MCU villains, and they have the same headpiece underneath, is because Ultron takes them over and takes control of them at one point. And speaking of Ultron, here's the Ultron Mark I, where he's a little disgruntled and not looking his best. He also has a hairpiece and an added mustache that I gave him because I do silly stuff. But there's what his face looks like. There's the back of his face. Kind of mangled husk of a Iron Legionnaire suit. And he has two of these Power Blast pieces, because why not? Then we have one of my Ultron Sentries here. The next one I'm going to show looks pretty much the same, but he has Loki's hairpiece from when he was on Sakaar and Thor Ragnarok. So here is Thor Ultron, or Loki Ultron. I don't know why I said Thor, but I think I also switched the order the guns are. No, I did not. Anyway, they came with this gun, and I added this one for fun. Then we have the Flying Ultron Sentry here with a helmet piece. The face under it looks like the other two, but he's got a glide pack this time. And orange ammo in his guns. Allergy season, dang, I'm telling you. Here's Nebula in a knight helmet. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Here's what her face printing and stuff looks like underneath the helmet piece I gave her. And this is the Nebula that came with the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 Escape from Nowhere set that had a buildable figure Groot and one of the Rocket Raccoons that I'm going to show you wearing orange. But I decided to give her a knight helmet because why not? Why not? Then we have, with an extra blade piece, we have Adrian Toomes, aka the Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. This is the Michael Keaton version, right there. He has one of those one-piece Iron Man helmets in green, with printing that looks like the character. I don't remember the rest of his outfit being green, or having him wearing green pants in that scene, or in scenes where he was Vulture, but still really cool. And I gave him an added blade piece because I like dual wielding minifigures, except for the next minifigure, which I don't appear to have given his weapons back to. That is Ultron Ultron Prime. This one. Originally, he didn't have the helmet piece over it, but that is what his face looks like. And then here's the back of his head. But I think the character looks more complete with the helmet over his face like that. So I like to keep it like that. Then here's the Ultimate Ultron. This is the one that's made mostly of vibranium that they're still able to somehow destroy. I gave him an orange energy blast shield, but he didn't have that initially, or the gun for that matter. He has the same face as the Iron Legionnaires, so I'm not going to take off his armor or his neck armor and helmet thing. But there is Ultron. And with that, now we have a bunch of hero characters. So I'm going to bring over some more of the hero characters. I'm going to, no, it's bugging me. I'm going to pause here to grab some more characters, and I'll be right back. Okay, this next lineup of characters are ones that are good guy characters, but they aren't quite working with the Avengers in these versions, or never started working with all the Avengers, as is the case with three of them. We have the man that started the Avengers Initiative, because it was his idea, and that is Fury, Nicholas Joseph Fury. This is from Captain Marvel when he still had both his eyes. Goose. Then we have a character that doesn't actually work with the Avengers themselves, but has worked alongside Captain America. And that is Sharon Carter with an added gold sword from a Ninjago movie set, I think. Keep your head on. I just want to take your hair. I just want to remove your hairpiece. Then we have the back of her torso printing there, and her alternate expression. There we go. The Lego Dimensions Hermione has the same hairpiece, Hermione Granger. One that sadly never got to work alongside the Avengers because Loki happened to him was Agent Coulson. Here. He's got a little phone piece there. Maybe he's calling Tony to be like, yo, we need you to come in to the helicarrier. There's his alternate expression there. This came in the same set as a couple of the cartoon characters I showed earlier, but with this face at least, it looks like the MCU version. So there we go. I'm gonna put him closer to Nick Fury than Sharon Carter is. Let's see. Then we have one of the Dora Milaje here. I think a Kuye. With a power blast piece and a vibranium spear. And I gave her a hairpiece as well. Just a ponytail hairpiece there. Then I think I showed these characters before when I showed more of my Guardians of the Galaxy minifigures. But here's the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Mantis. Alternate expression there. Back printing. Obviously a custom blaster because she was unarmed in that set and that she came in, or in the set I got that she came in. Then we have a off-brand War Machine here, with official Lego bones. And we have off-brand Iron Patriot. Their faces are pretty much faded away, so I'm not going to show their under their helmets at all. This one I gave a buzzsaw and binoculars to. There. Another version of a character that wasn't working with the Avengers at the time. What is the Captain America and Winter Soldier version of the Winter Soldier here? He wasn't working with the Avengers yet in this outfit. And here's his other expression. Fun fact, it's the same expression that the Star-Lord minifigure I'm showing next has. I customized his existing gun by adding a little robot hand onto it to be like a magazine, and then gave him a Brick Arms assault rifle with an extra magazine on top so he can switch out. Doesn't have a scope, but he can switch out magazines. So, good for him. Then we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Rocket Raccoon here, with his big old gun and the orb, aka the Power Stone. There. Actually, I'm going to put it over there. Then we have another version of Rocket from Guardians Volume 2 where he has a bigger gun and a custom gun piece. Then for some reason the Thor's Weapon Quest, actually this one came from Thor's Weapon Quest, my bad, from Avengers Infinity War. But for some reason it's the same version as the Guardians Volume 2 Rocket with his 2 pistols there. Then next up, with a couple of added riot shield pieces, which I'll take away to show more of his printing, is the Civil War official Lego War Machine. This one I will show under his helmet. Yeah, maybe. He has that expression, and he has kind of an angrier expression on the back. I don't really want to rotate his head around because it might mess up the position of his gun, and I like the way it's positioned. But he's got lots of cool printing on him there, and I really enjoy this character. Yeah. Anyway. Next up is the Civil War era Falcon. I gave him a couple of tricked out guns. But he's got stickers on his wings, and printing on his torso there. Then he does have a part that can come off for Red Wing, because that was introduced in Civil War. And he has an alternate expression. I'll take Red Wing off again for that, where he's wearing his goggles for flying around in. But there we go. I like the tricked out guns I gave him. Then we have Pepper Potts from Iron Man 3. This is the outfit she wore in at least part of the runtime of that movie. She can be concerned or happy, as Pepper usually is, concerned or happy. Then we have the version of Pepper from Iron Man 1 with Power Blast pieces, because she came in a set that had Power Blast pieces. And here she looks angry and chill. Almost actually looks like Lois in some of the DC Extended Universe sets. At least Lois in a black outfit. Then we have a generic S.H.I.E.L.D. agent here. you can be a little concerned or happy. This one came in a set that featured one of the original Carnage with the small vine tendril things instead of the big old spike things. But yeah, dual wielding Galaxy Quest guns. Then we have Valkyrie with a baguette and her sword. The character actually had more hair than just this hairpiece would entail, or would make you think. But she had her hair done up like that, so that's okay. Then we have Black Panther with a Wakanda briefcase from the airport battle sequence. I think this one's from Civil War sets, maybe, or maybe it's from the Black Panther sets. He has a crossbow and a briefcase. I know the other version of Black Panther that I have is based on Infinity War. We'll get to that in a second, but here is my other Star-Lord, which I gave earmuffs to from or not earmuffs, headphones to from the, Advent calendar set. And same expressions that I just showed with Bucky not too long ago. And gunmetal gray blasters. I know I mentioned that in when I mentioned the T'Challa Star-Lord a while ago. I'm now going to pause again and grab some more characters. There aren't too many left. Most of the remaining ones are Iron Man variants of his different armors that he has. So there we go. I'll be back shortly with more of those characters. They're just up to the side here. Okie dokie. Next up are my non-Iron Man or Tony Stark remaining Marvel minifigures here. And you'll see what I mean because I'm about to show you. Here we have one of the Ragnarok Thors with single arm printing. The other arm is just a plain flesh tone. Here's his alternate expression where he's feeling lightningy and not so lightningy. This is before he enters the Sakaran arena. And here is him in the arena where he has a holder for his swords and some more colorful printing on the front of him with the red and the blue on his armor there. Same face expressions, but this time he has silver swords. Then we have one of my two Age of Ultron Captain Americas. This one is as he was featured in the sets. There we go. Coloring on this character is kind of dark. Hopefully that turns up okay. But yeah. Steve Rogers. I am Groot. I am Steve Rogers. Avengers Infinity War. The next one has a riot shield. It's the same version of Captain America, but this time he has a riot shield and the classic Ron Weasley hairpiece in orange like it was for Mr. Weasley. Then we have Infinity War Black Widow with her batons looking like lightsaber blades this time. I think they looked like lightsaber blades for quite a while, actually. I think I've heard that this is the same facial expressions that they gave Jyn Erso in the Rogue One sets, but I can't back that up with evidence because I don't have any of those sets for some reason. The gap in my Lego history there. But yeah, there we go. Then we have Thor with Stormbreaker looking lightningy. He has the same expressions as the Ragnarok Thor, and I gave him an extra blaster because why not? he's going to be hitting people with lightning blasts. So then we have two different Bruce banners. One is on his chill face and has a breathing apparatus for if he goes scuba diving for some reason. Not that he does, but there we go. He has a baton and a Wolverine claw, because I was being silly. And the other one has his angry hulking out type eyes and a couple machine guns, so look out for him. Same outfit though. Then we have the version of Captain America from the scene I just depicted with, I am Groot. I am Steve Rogers. This is Steve Rogers. Alternate expression, not so happy. I think Captain America actually looks pretty dang good with his beard. I wish he had kept it for Endgame, but here's his Endgame outfit. I mentioned this one also when I did the zombie Captain America, because he has the same type of helmet mold, but this one is printed more to look like Endgame. Oops. I like to have their shields oriented just in such a way that doesn't look kind of crooked. And we have my other Black Panther here. This one has a green vibranium sword. I know vibranium usually has blue effects to it, like the other one's suit did, but I decided to call it a vibranium sword. Then we have Doctor Strange from the Infinity War Sanctum Sanctorum set that came with the Time Stone piece. He had a cape, but you know me. Alternate expression here. There we go. I like the white and the hairpiece there. Then he's got some Power Blast type pieces there for his magic, which makes sense. Next, we're going to show a couple of big figure Lego characters, and that is Age of Ultron Hulk with printed toes. Closer look at his pants there with the printing on them. Then we have, with molded in toes, the Ragnarok Hulk with big old weapons there. Very cool, very cool. He looks ready to smash. We had a fight recently. I won. That doesn't sound right. Well, it's true. That's from Thor Ragnarok after Banner comes out of Hulk, or turns back into Banner. Then we have Captain Marvel from a Captain Marvel set, and her alternate expression. I want to say this is similar, but not the same to Sharon Carter. I just glanced at the Sharon Carter minifigure. It's not exactly the same, but it is similar. I think Sharon Carter has a young Princess Leia face. Okay, now I'm going to grab the last batch of characters that are all either Iron Man suit variant or versions, or authentic and fake or off-brand Tony Stark. So I'll be right back with those in just a second. I'm going to pause it while I grab the characters over, because I don't think you guys want to watch me grab characters and just move them from place to place. Might get a little dizzy. So, alright, here's the final stretch of this video. We're at just under an hour and a half, like a few seconds under. And here we have a off-brand Mark I Iron Man. A bunch of these off-brand ones have this type of head. And then I'll show the alternate side of the head with the official Tony Stark minifigure that I have. But yeah, there's a Mark 1. Here's the official Lego Mark 1, which looks a little shinier. This one has just a clear head because it's in drone mode, or displayed in Tony's wall of armors or something. Then we have the Mark II, which is pretty much all the printing has pretty much faded away, head and all over the body as well. He has a Sokovia briefcase and a Brick Arms pistol here, or machine pistol of some sort. And kind of see what I mean by his face is fading away. That one became the War Machine Mark I, the first one that I showed. This one. The suit that Rhodey took to become War Machine. Then we have the Mark III from the Iron Man versus Ironmonger set that I showed Obadiah Stane from earlier. He's flying around looking awesome. This one has the heads-up display type head there under his helmet with a couple of dots printed on the top of the helmet there. I think it looks awesome. I love this version. Then we have both in briefcase mode from Iron Man 3 sets and in armor mode with the same phone that Phil Coulson has. We have the Iron Man Mark V. Like with the Mark I that I showed you a second ago, this one just has a clear head underneath the helmet. Lift the faceplate up and show you. So, but yeah, really cool. I was really happy when they finally released the Mark V in suit mode, because we have briefcase mode here. Then we have a off-brand and an official Lego version of the Mark VI from the beginning of Avengers 2012, the original Avengers one. There's his face. He's got a couple different colored Power Blast pieces there, because I was running low on Power Blast pieces and didn't have time, or didn't have the means to make them match. I'll show you the alternate expression on this Tony Stark or this Iron Man after I show the character itself. Here's an official version of the one I just showed. This one came with my Loki wearing gray. And here is his expression and alternate expression. This is I think the second set of expressions they ended up giving an Iron Man minifigure. This one has the same expressions, but this is the Mark, I think 7 from later in the Battle of New York for Avengers 1, the triangular chest plate there. He has a broom, a shovel, and a backpack, or like backpack type thing. Same expressions as the previous one, so I'm not going to show his face underneath there. Then we have the official Tony Stark with a spider drone, because I had an extra one of those. Here's what his alternate face looked like in the one that I mentioned. Had an alternate face that was happy like that. He has a hammer to work on his suits because he has a Battle of New York PTSD. As you do. And here's an off-brand version, same expressions, but different accessories. He has a phone that the printing is starting to fade away, and then a display which was featured in a official Lego set for the Avengers Tower from Age of Ultron, which I believe came with the red version of Ultron and the Mark I, Ultron Mark I. But yeah, there's that. Tony Stark. Then we have a gold armor, which I think looks awesome. His face is pretty much all faded away, but it's the one that has the happy and like kind of like the angry face. He has official Lego gun pieces. Then we have the red snapper with 2 sting swords. Universe jumping, universe jumping. Looks awesome here. This is the face that last one had, the gold armor. But there's his helmet printing, blue eyes. I think the rest all have either white or red. Another one has blue. A couple more have blue. Anyway, red snapper. There you go. Here is the armor known as Bones, because it's in the final battle for Iron Man 3. It separates into different sections to fight several people at once, and he has slices of pizza from the Sanctum Sanctorum, which the version of the set that I got from the Infinity War sets also has a pizzeria around the back. But there we go. He has just a clear head underneath, so I'm not going to show the face printing because there is none. Then we have a minifigure which I think is called the Nightclub Armor, or nicknamed the Nightclub Armor. This one has red eyes, ninja stars. Same expressions that I showed with the Tony Stark, both the official and the off-brand. Somehow not faded away, which is nice. This one, I believe, in Lego Marvel's The Avengers, can turn invisible. The video game. So that's cool. Then we have the Gemini space armor here. Off-brand, I don't have the official one. Faces are both pretty much non-existent now, but he has 2 big bones and then blue eyes as well on the armor. I would love to get the set that he came on, as well as the Hydra submarine thing, where he had, or where Iron Man had kind of like a scuba suit in Statue of Liberty or copper green colored. And then we have the red snapper with added power blast in the red snapper's hands. Same expressions, pretty standard for Iron Man for a while there. Then we have the Prodigal Son armor, or Mark 42, with ninja swords and a blank white head, because either Pepper or Tony can be in this armor from the Malibu Mansion attack set. Then we have one of my Mark 43s, because 2 of the Age of Ultron sets came with this version of Iron Man. Expression there. He's holding a couple of $100 bills, because he's a billionaire. Why not? Why not flaunt his money a little bit? This one's the same character, just with ninja stars. Same expressions and everything. So, there we go. Then here's the Mark 45 from the end of Age of Ultron, from the final battle in Sokovia. Same faces, but it's got some gray printing on the faceplate there. Bonus gun piece and a ninja sword. Put on by me, it wasn't supposed to be there. Then we have his Civil War suit. I'll take away his weapons to properly show off character. The version, this is Mark 46. The Mark 47 looks similar, but has a lot more silver detailing on it. You'll see what I mean in just a second. Same expressions as the other version, so I'm not going to mess with his helmet there. But yeah, I gave him this extra power blast piece, and he came with one like this. So there we go. Then here is the Mark 47. Like I said, it has a lot more silver detailing on it, as it does in the movie that it came from, which is Spider-Man Civil War. Or Spider-Man Civil War? That's not right. Spider-Man Homecoming. Words. And there's a transparent blue head underneath his helmet here, because it's in drone mode. Friday is piloting him. Friday replaced Jarvis, because Jarvis became Vision. So there's that. And then here we have one of the Mark 50 suits. This one has a water gun. This is the type of piece I mentioned earlier with the original Scarlet Witch came with. Same color and everything. Inaccurate. He has the heads-up display Iron Man face there, and then kind of a happy smug face. You'll be able to see the back of the Mark 50, back printing on the Mark 50 with the next couple that I show, so I'm not going to take his jetpack off or anything for that. Here is, I believe this version came with the Guardians of the Galaxy ship from Infinity War. There's the back printing that I mentioned. Same faces, both on the heads-up display expressions. And here's with alternate power blast pieces from another one of the Infinity War sets. Yeah, that concludes this video at an hour 41 minutes, give or take. And hopefully you enjoyed this. It took more than an hour and 41 minutes to film it because I kept pausing it in sections and grabbing more characters and whatnot, but there we go.